What can Jesus do for me that witchcraft hasn't done already for me? Look at my life. My credit score is good.
What do you mean we have witch influences before GTA 6? God, please have mercy upon us.
Listen, I'm surprised that this is actually a thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's number one for starters. Number two, the argument, he's like, well, what do I need from Jesus if I have witchcraft to give me good credit and whatever I want, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, Jesus is not a genie. Your religion is not a genie you can go to and be like, hey, let me make 3 wishes. And one of my wishes is to get more wishes. You know what I mean? Like, that's not why you're supposed to be praying to God. That's not what that's about. And I think too often people think that. And so when they try to compare like religion or like Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha to, you know, something to me as demonic as witchcraft, it's kind of selfish. So you would only have faith in God if he consistently gave you whatever it is that you wanted. If you get everything you want out of witchcraft, knowing how negative witchcraft is, aren't you concerned about the negativity that's going to come with it at some point? I understand that witchcraft promotes individual empowerment. And when you are praying to Jesus or Muhammad or whatever, it feels like you have no control over what's happening in your life, right? There's no personal power or self-reliance, it seems like. But what people keep forgetting is that there's such thing as free will. You can go out there and still make a decision on your own. I also think that witchcraft has a lot to do with connecting with nature, right? You focus on energy and intent. And I think a lot of that is metaphysical belief as well, because, you know, I believe in metaphysics. I believe in Buddhism and meditation and spirituality. And inside of meditation and spirituality, we discuss nature and intent and self-reliance and stuff all of the time, but there's no witchcraft associated with it. You know what I mean? It's like more of a scientific thing, or it's more of a just having faith and hope and energy. You know, I also think with witchcraft, it may seem like there's no hierarchical structure, but I believe that it is. Forgive me if I'm incorrect, but I don't think one is inherently better than the other. I think it just comes down to what do you actually resonate with? Because I think when you have Christian faith, there's a sense of community there. There's like a moral framework that I think that is not in witchcraft. I think the promise of salvation, and I don't necessarily know if I feel comfortable with that myself, you know, because it's just like when we start talking about you can only have a good life in heaven, like you can't have a good life right now. I'm still a little confused about that, you know. The historical and cultural influence that Christianity has is a lot more powerful than witchcraft to me. And my relationship with God is so important to me. So I just never thought to compare like Christianity or my relationship with God or my spirituality with witchcraft. I just felt like witchcraft had a lot to do with like the devil and demons and stuff like that. So it never resonated with me. How you were raised and how you grew up and what you were exposed to influences your spiritual journey. If you were exposed to witchcraft your whole life, or if you was exposed to astrology your whole life, it's just gonna be what you naturally like resonate with until you don't, until you have enough information, until you figure out who you are as a person. But still, to some degree, the debris of whatever it is you learned as you were raised will still leak over into your adult life. At the end of the day, it's just about what your spiritual needs are for you. Empowerment, community, salvation, if you want financial stability, wealth, abundance, prosperity, it just depends on what you want and what resonates with you. Honestly, I wouldn't want nothing to do with witchcraft. You know what I mean? Like it's just always giving me a negative feeling, but it doesn't mean that that's everybody's feeling about it. You know what I mean? Like some people, they just can roll with it. I even feel like I would feel a little bit comfortable with some Greek mythology over here, but that's a whole nother video, chat.